Alright friends, welcome back to Battle Brothers. I thought today was going to be a good stream, so I better get zebraed up. That's good coffee. I think we've got enough progress made in getting some really basic, and I do mean basic, brothers together. Get a good base. Got enough basic bros together that I think we can move to the south. So I've been super keen to get to the south to experience that content, but also at the same time I've been wary because I've felt how powerful the southern enemies are. What did we say we were going to do here? We were going to... let me just gather my wits about me. It's been a few days. I have one man with ready the troops. That's our Bannerman. I think he's like a few hundred XP away from leveling up. 700 XP. Training experience for 5 more battles, so hopefully he'll fly through that. Night Owl, Ailing. And right now we're saving up to 3,500. The lookout reveals extended information about footprints, sight radius, company travel faster on any terrain, prevents sickness and accidents, more rounds of contract negotiations, ammunition you can carry, medical supplies and tools. That might be a nice late game one. Recruiter makes your party less upfront for hiring new men. Okay, less for tryouts. That's nice. For additional men available. Ammo, tools and supplies. But the one that I really want here is the drill sergeant, because we need to get a group of 12 lads up to level 11 as soon as we can. A man without a permanent injury guaranteed to survive an otherwise fatal blow. Every injury take 1 less day to heal. So drill sergeant, obviously what I'm looking forward to. What's the cook do? Visions last longer, hit point healing rate, that's nice. Minstrel is renown and tavern rumors. Alchemist. The brigand. Whoa. Makes you see the position of some caravans at all times, and even if outside your sight radius. That's pretty cool if you have a brigand start. Cartographer, I thought maybe for money. I mean, he will pay for himself by the time you have, let's say, scouted like 10 locations or whatever. Photographer pays you, blacksmith repairs armor, helmets. Oh, so I think what that means, repairs all armor, helmets, weapons and shields, even if they're broken or lost because your man died. So like if you have a legendary shield that gets broken during the fight, at the end of the fight it'll be in your inventory at 0% hit points. That's quite a good one. The one I want the most, where is he? Agent, here we go, bounty hunter. Have named legendary items in your possession. This is the one that I want the most for legendary hunting, but we just gotta be patient, we'll get there. Behemoth. Relation to infection, decay, slow, cover faster. Trader. It feels like a mid-game guy. Paymaster, late-game guy. Okay, so next, drill sergeant, then maybe scavenger, but we'll see what's available to us. We're just saving up the 3,500 now. Deliver cargo, 2 days to the east. Give me something that I can fight. Escort, 2 days to the east. Follow the tracks. All the things. Also, one thing we've got to bear in mind, we have 12 lads, but all the non-cultist ones, so Torvald, Hirguld, worryingly enough, Henke, Leaf, Rudolph, and Reimar. As soon as we sacrifice one, all of them are going to go to red relations and they're going to probably desert us. Bugs and Raiders, perfect. That's actually worth reminding yourself that just because you've gotten up to 12 lads, you're only going to stay at that amount until you get the next sacrifice event. Really? With this terrain? Really? They start coming towards us, but we've got to back up because these raiders are going to throw throwing weapons at us. Excuse me. And we just got to stick it out. Just keep playing, keep having guys die, keep replacing them, keep finding new lads. It's going to be super disappointing when this guy Hirguld deserts us after we sacrifice someone. Because I mean, he's a determined barbarian with 89 melee skill at level 5. He's going to be like, you know, 95 melee skill. So if we get the sacrifice event and we're anywhere near a town that has a tavern, we'll sprint towards the tavern and buy some drinks for the lads. Try to stabilize the morale. But I don't want to spoil you guys for what's happening in the Long War of the Chosen campaign, but I was reminded today that you cannot get too attached to your lads. That's what I'm going to say. I think that's our turn. This is a good setup. Keep it going here. The rain's quite nice, isn't it? Stobbie the second. He also had some potential if memory serves. Don't move, boys. Hold your positions. Half the reason that I want to get this sergeant hired is so that I can start hiring and firing, looking for ranged guys. It is going to be such a struggle. We're never going to have ranged superstars unless we get unbelievably lucky. The thing is, even if nice attack, Stobbie the second. I'm level 1 on. Oh, that's my first attack in the company, and I did casually decapitate someone. I think this life of being a cultist is going to suit me. Oh yes, give me those pikes. Fuck it, let's move forward. Glory to Davkul, all the ways to Davkul. Dark Lord. Cool. But yeah, holy shit, I'm enjoying the Long War of the Chosen campaign. I remember playing Long War, Owie, and War of the Chosen a little while ago thinking, oh my word, Long War version of this is going to be incredible, and it is. Okay, we got a problem here with Super Duper. 44, not even worth attacking. Shit, another hit here I could kill Super Duper. Woo! Shield block. Vehement, I believe we can. Someone was saying on stream, on the last stream, that it chooses randomly, 2 guys randomly from your 4 lowest level lads. So eventually I can imagine we're just going to be having level 1 indebted or beggars or refugees. Anyone who's happy to sit in reserve, just sitting in reserve, and then when it's time to sacrifice, they get sacrificed. I believe the exception to that rule is when you have to sacrifice guys for the Davkul armor. Ow! The Chosen feel kind of the same as they do in normal Long War. If they're going to balance anything, they have to balance the fucking audio levels. Especially when you encounter the Warlock, he still screams at you at max volume. Fucking irritating. Yeah, this lad's getting daggered. I want that armor. And I'm realizing also I forgot to add the Long War mod that makes the Chosen shut up. Because my god, they talk. Get him. Davkul approved outfit. I'd like to think so. I would imagine the most Davkul approved outfit would be Lady Gaga's meat dress. Davkul, I have covered myself in the flesh of my enemies. Like, this is pleasing to Davkul. That's amazing, that's amazing, that's amazing. Collect our pay. Level up some nerds. it's early games yet, but so far I'm pleased with the leveling strategy for our goons. FA at level 1, gifted at 2, student at 3, we're going to go rotation at 4. I think all of the goons are just going to use flails with fearsome, and we're going to just look to target enemies with weak or no helmets. I mean, don't forget that in the first 250 days, your bread and butter is fighting raiders. And the best way to fight raiders is the lads who can hit the head. Dagger, you know what, take the +3 and then we can leave his resolve where it is. Actually, no, Zion, I have a tiger onesie. It's in the wash right now. $59. It's finally moving away from the pitchforks as well. If one of these backline lads had enough fatigue. Ooh. Maybe Stobbie on his next level, we give him recover and then he can start whipping. The 64 melee skill, you can have a chance of disarming someone. And then like Harold, who's got crap melee skill, he can just break shields. Because obviously, accuracy is irrelevant when you're breaking a shield. Let's have our bannerman have the honor of wearing the Davkul garb. He's the cultist, you know, cultist alpha. Okay, now we've even got stockpiled armor now. Good. Yo, Roger, what's up, my man? Roger, dude, the comics you did last night for the in-houses. Dude, it's so good, man. So good. So chat, be nice to Roger. Roger is an incredible artist, and he's going to be hopefully doing channel art for me. Are these things chasing us? They are. Yeah, let's take the escort, I think. Although with the deliver mission, we can avoid fights. Escort caravan 2 days to the east. So Roger, what I'm looking for is, what do you call it, like a title head or like a background? You know when you log into YouTube or you go to someone's page, got the background there with the person's banner, I suppose. And like currently I've got one that I did myself. I look like I'm TikToked and I did something quite, I just did some basic bitch paint work. It was just the Battle Brothers logo and the times that I want to play. But I suppose the first thing I got to do is decide on sort of like a theme or like an aesthetic for the channel. And I suppose if I had to, I would say it would be like Monty Python themed. I'm done with terrorizers. Secure Tomb of Many Crows, that I want to do. Fighting Undead is great. We did so max fatigue, that's fine. He's got like no fatigue. That's fine. He's just stabbing with a pitchfork. But yeah, Roger, I would love a banner. The one for YouTube and for Twitch. And then some panels, you know, like Pyrion's got, you know. And panels like on his home screen, the info screen. And then emotes really is the main thing. Like the only 2 emotes we've got in the channel so far is brain damage. And where is my other one? My flesh wound emote isn't showing. It only shows in Discord. Okay, well. Run away is our motto. We don't have swords, but we need swords and spears if we're going to be fighting these wolfies. Seven dire wolves. I think that's doable with a squad. Quite doable. So absurdism or surrealism? What would you classify the style of what Terry Gilliam used to do for the Pythons? Like, I try to imagine, like, if I was trying to make my own banner, I would have taken the picture of, you know, in Quest of the Holy Grail, those little scenes, the little animations in between the scenes, where they show the little angel guys, they like bend over and they put the trumpets up their backsides and they blow the trumpets out like that. And then there's the little angels that like turn the little, what's it, the little fishing reel thing that pulls up the logo. So imagine like, you know, maybe like Stobbie in the middle and then like the little guys bending over with the trumpets out their butts. As long as it looks like, I mean, I don't know, you know, the medieval puppeteer thing, yeah. I mean, I suppose your style, I mean, would be, because I love what you do, so I would totally trust your style. Medieval puppeteer thing. But I mean, have you seen Quest for the Holy Grail? Because maybe if you haven't, just YouTube Quest for the Holy Grail animations. Yeah, Myrrh. What's Myrrh? They did feast upon sloths and fruit bats. Eat breakfast cereals. Skip a bit, brother. Yeah, Zoot. Naughty, naughty, naughty Zoot. But every time I watch that movie, there's new things that I enjoy. Like in the intro sequence in the beginning, where suddenly it goes to finish for no reason. It tells a story about my brother got bitten by a moose. Oh, my name is Roger. I make, design, and sell shrubberies. I am Roger, the shrub. Oof. I'll see if I can find the post, but I recall seeing on Reddit there was actually calculations done of the airspeed velocity of an unladen African swallow. I believe it was something like 40 meters per second. Good. Money is slowly. I'll never forget the first time I saw that scene, and then when Michael Palin's character is like, "Wait, are you suggesting coconuts migrate?" I've never heard anything as ridiculous as that in my life. My friends and I must have been incorrigible during high school. That's like all we quoted. We basically spoke in a series of Quest of the Holy Grail quotes. Well, they would have been laden. If you think of in the previous part of the scene, they were suggesting how you can get a coconut in Mercia. Mercia is a temperate zone, you see. Coconuts is tropical. Well, where'd you get them then? We found them. Found them in Mercia. For level 5 goon, I think I want rotation, because the low level goon lads can rotate out the more high level guys. So Hanke is just to remind you guys, goons are people who have converted to cultism but who don't have long-term potential. They could be carried. What? You mean like grip it by the husk? Well, out under the dorsal guardian feathers. It could grip it by the husk. It's not a question of where he grips it. It's a simple question of weight ratios. Will you ask your master, look, what do they say? A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut. It's a simple question of weight ratios. Let's just camp for a sec while we get repaired. Returns. I really hope it's not going to be Nocturnes. Maybe we should just prepare for it to be Nocturnes. Doubt Pride, that is totally normal, and it's going to happen to me as well. So you'll notice that, like, mentally, I fully expect that any of the guys that I have who are not converted cultists have a danger of leaving. This one being the worst. because he's such an amazing brother, so I truly hope that he converts. I worry though that Barbarian counts as a highborn, so he can't be converted. Because I mean, look at these stars. He would have been an amazing bannerman, but I don't need another bannerman. I'm just thinking, should we take a flail along, because there could be grave robbers in there. If it's undead, then I definitely want a flail. So who here has recover? No one. Why do we want to get another flail in there? Yeah, Roger, just join my Discord, Roger, and then you can I think messaging me through Discord would be the best. Here is the link. Well, thanks for popping in, and yeah, we'll discuss what you can do for me. Much appreciated, mate. 64, 72 and 70, but I mean, he's good with his mace. I'm just thinking if we go up against those skeleton bros, then I want the flail. 79 fatigue. Maybe Super Duper could do it. I'll carry the flail, and then if there aren't shielded guys, much appreciated. And we will discuss compensation for your time. Appropriate time. Thick miasma driven off by the dead. It is the dead. Okay, wait. So we know now that it's going to be Nachtsias. So then I don't think flails are necessary. So swords will do. Obviously that mace is amazing. We can save a bit of fatigue there. Sword is great. But of course we want daggers or stabbing zombies to get their armor. Because a lot of the armored Nachtsias will be wearing worn mail shirts, which is actually an improvement for the majority of these lads. 9 accuracy. It is Zion, it is. I think we are in day 43, whereas the last episode that went up, 19 of them, that's a lot. Shit. Well, good luck, boys. The problem with 19 is that we don't have Berserk on anybody. So we are going to get our flanks compromised in this fight. It's Uchi, alright mate? Okay, looks like it's mostly zombies. And we're actually going to run forward because we saw that our lads acted before they did. So on the following turn, we should be able to get a whole round of attacks off before the zombies can do anything. I only hope I can kill these things quick enough that the flanks don't get too badly compromised. Maybe like here I'll leave a gap open. It's such a pity. Thanks for following. So that zombie right there is the one I want to be stabbing down to get his armor, but this is a fight where we could quite easily suffer fatalities, so this is not the time for doing that. Ooh. Okay, we'll leave that gap open. Maybe leave that gap. So what's going to happen here? These lads are going to get on the flank. We can't have that. It's tree. Glad you're enjoying the VODs. For Battle Brothers and for XCOM, I'm going to move away from VODs and do these, hour-long, 45-minute episodes. The feedback I've gotten is that's what you guys prefer. Actually, there should be a playlist on YouTube, but YouTube has been pissing me off, and just like I can see the playlists, but then people who come to the channel look under my playlists and they can't find the playlist. If you really want to watch season 23, I would warn you, it went 1,000 days. Okay, that's better. Thank you, Chris. Should we have these? No. Reposting, I think, is going to do work here. Ow! if the playlists are expiring, or if there's a setting I need to go onto the playlist to set them to not expire. It is quite possible that because my channel is so small, that YouTube is like, oh fuck this guy, he's a nobody, just delete his older playlists. Which I have to admit is not that unreasonable. What's up, Psycho? Yeah. Yeah. If you're looking to learn stuff, step one is to look at my guide to Battle Brother video that I did. I think I did 4 episodes of Guide to Battle Brothers. Hopefully most useful to you will be the 2 episodes about starting out and about farming armor. Well, girth is what's important, isn't it? Sake. So Henke is in big trouble. But again, he's a sacrifice, so it's kind of like, who cares if he dies, you know? You have to farm armor. It still blows my mind that there are guys who try to argue that farming armor is never worth it. So it's always too risky, which it's just wrong. There absolutely are times where the risk of getting your guys killed for some armor is not worth it. Like now. Perfect example. This is make no mistake, this is a fight for survival here. I would say it's worth it most of the time. It's quite similar to how, like, if you look in our Long War of the Chosen campaign, we have the Extract Corpses mod on. And, like, it's not always worth it to try to extract corpses. Sometimes the risk you expose your guys to is not worth it. Oh yeah, a named bandit is a champion. And champions have legendary items. So hopefully, if we can make it to the late game, damn it. Oh, he's a sacrifice. If we can make it there, we'll get the lad that gives us a higher chance to find champions. Yeah, he died, but we've got Stobbie version 2 here somewhere. And we just lost a sacrifice, and Super Duper Noob is in big danger of dying.
My liege! Good tonight. Will you come with me to Camelot and join?
Zuckerman, welcome to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. Well, then we're most likely going to lose that barbarian, which is unfortunate. We might be able to keep him if we can get our hands on enough cocaine, but that's very hard because to get cocaine you've got to fight vampires. So for the foreseeable future, it's just going to be a cycle of hiring new lads, them dying. Look at this. But I mean, these were just 2 goons that died, so we were expecting them to die. The problem is going to come now when they rise up, and I have to fight them again. Having to fight your own brothers, always brutal. We do okay damage, but we're not quite there yet. Absolutely, save's coming, yeah. The point of the campaign is not to prove what a badass I am. The point of the campaign is to get to the late game content with our cultists. And you can absolutely do that playing Iron Man. It's just exponentially difficult and takes exponentially longer. So that dude and that... Okay, not... So this one now, I desperately want his armor. I'll try to dodge away. What defense do I have? 27 is not bad. Now I shield up. Good. Oh! Magic powder, yes, thank you. Made from vampire ashes and something else. I think it's something to do with a elf. The worst thing about this is losing that armor. Annoying. Oh yes, yes I do get addicted. I suppose actually you raise a good point there, because now this barbarian that we have, he has no chance of permanently converting. So I'm going to have to keep giving him the happy powder. So eventually he'll become addicted, and then he'll have a permanent stat debuff from addiction. Well, let's enjoy him while we can. God, having to kill your own bros. Annoying as hell. Fuck off. Oh, lads. Oh. Fucking hell. A leaf's in trouble, but again, that's just a sacrifice, so. I should actually rotate him out technically. Does this sword tank have rotation? He does not. This guy's armor is broken, so there's no point in trying to dagger him down. That armor we can get. Our Southern Battle Brothers and only sacrifice slaves, same morale, but yes, it does. I mean, to be fair, if you saw the kind of things that these cultists do to their former companions, you would also be pretty unhappy. Being turned into a human tent pole. Pretty fucking grim. Up, boys. Daggers out. There are so many of these quality of life mods that need to be made part of the base game. The other mod that lets you just click on a button to go straight to what's in your inventory. Like, how is that not a base part of the game? So the thing, Zion, it's not that I don't like the fodder gameplay in principle. I just didn't like the implications of it in the indebted start particularly. Which is that it's like at least, you know, the fodder thing with the cultists stops eventually, because eventually you get your 12 badass bros, and then you are hiring guys just to be sacrificed who just sit in reserve. And like, you know, on a long enough time scale, these cultists become badasses, also because of their buffs from being cultists, especially. Whereas with the indebted, 2 deaths, that sucks. I mean, let's put it this way: like, I can only imagine that. I'm well willing to accept that I'm wrong, but my gut feeling is that a super high level group of cultists would probably beat a super high level group of slaves. Peace. Follow. Oh, Harold the Goon, you are going to have to go be on the front line, my man. Somebody's got to do it. 4 sacrifice. Actually, he's higher. 3 higher level. But his stats are just arse. Absolutely arse. 67 is not bad. I think, yeah, but we'll keep him using that pike. And student to level up quicker. Maybe for sacrifices, student is not even worth it. The student is kind of an insurance policy to get you to the late game quicker. At level 4 for a sacrifice, arguably maybe recover. I mean, it's fast adaptation and gifted that gets your melee skill as high as you can, as quick as you can. +1s are killing me, dude. He's not going to need gifted. He's going to have plenty of accuracy. Dagger Lad does need recover though. And that means you can have him whipping now. So then who's one of the lower accuracy? 56. And that. That's a good point. I could try backstab. I've never been a big proponent of backstab. The main reason I'm not crazy about backstab is that it doesn't help you in the hardest fights. It's like when you are super outnumbered, you get very little out of backstab. It helps when you're already ahead. Let's give it a try. So, the bonus to hit chance in melee is doubled to a 10% for each ally surrounding and distracting your target. I want to experiment because I'm not 100% sure on the interaction of backstabber in line combat. My intuition is that it does nothing. Like if you have two lines of let's give it a try. .84 fatigue is nice. Yeah, he can use split shield 30. He can use it twice. But then again, his accuracy sucks, and we've already got a Dane axe there, so let's never mind that. Yeah, a spear. Oh, forgot about those. Excuse me. .70 body armor, improvement there. The Dane axe is the long axe. Attacks over 2 tiles, does very nice shield damage. I like having these in the back line to break shields to facilitate the front line to do damage. Okay, thanks for confirming, Van Thorn. That's good to know. So even in line combat, it'll add a little extra to the hit chance. That's good to know. Right, so we've got gear here for the next 2 nerds that come through. They'll sit on the back line. But all of this stuff can get sold. Dice Crusher, it's funny. I don't know. My favorite starting scenario. I would have to say Peasants. The Peasants is one of the harder ones. But I feel like Peasant has some of the highest top end. It's super difficult. It takes an incredibly long time to get the lads leveled up. And you have to be so patient. Because you've got to hire and fire hundreds of lads with the Peasants. Because you've got to find, you need like a 7-star brother. And just by what I mean by a 7-star brother is, all brothers are either 3-star brothers or 9-star brothers. 3 at the low end, and I mean low disk space. What bullshit. Off. So look at Mazuma. He is a 5-star brother. And that's 5 out of 9. 3 in melee defense, awesome. 1 in melee skill, great. Hit points, 1 star there. But the thing is though, with your peasants, if you can find 16 like 7-star and up brothers with decent star distributions, because not just about how many stars, it's where they are. You need them in melee defense, you need them in melee skill. What was I saying? Half reading chat and half thinking. My old smooth brain struggling. So Zion, I covered this in my guide, but the weapon you use is determined by the enemy you're up against, but also your own attack skill. Like Torvald here is terrible with his melee skill. So he's got 50 base accuracy plus 20 from thrust. So he has, like, I think I played for like 300 hours before I even started realizing that there were attack modifiers for different weapons, because I'm stupid. So this 54 plus is actually 74, assuming there aren't any other modifiers. So with someone like this, he has a decent chance to hit with a spear, but a spear has the lowest base damage. But what I'll often do with guys who are crap like this and who I don't intend to keep around, you can go totally the other way and give him a hand axe, make sure he has recover and axe mastery, because then he has almost no chance of landing chop, but he can at least use split shield, break a shield, give the brothers next to him a good chance of hitting. Iron Lungs is the best perk. That's the number one top of the heap best perk, second being confident, I'd say. Iron Lungs gives you more fatigue, and more fatigue is more options. It's happening again. I'm 1100 away from a sergeant, but now I'm finding tools for under 200. And if you get tools for around 200, you have to buy it. 71, 91, 110, 130. Even after the nerf, yeah, it's only +3 now. But yes, even after the nerf, it's still the best. I think you can make a good argument for confident now being better than Iron Lungs, because, sorry, not confident, determined. Determined is +10% to melee skill, melee defense, and resolve when you become confident, because you always start at confident. What, we need to hire some more bodies here. I've never hired a miner before. You know what? I'm going to hire this miner, because I know you get an... Oh, wow! Whoa! So his fatigue sucks. Oh, he was almost amazing. So this is a 7-star brother. That's very nice. And his star distribution, obviously the 3 stars in melee skill jumps out. But the stars in range defense is very disappointing. And the stars in resolve is disappointing, especially if he converts to cultism. You want those 2 stars to be in melee defense, you want those 2 to be in fatigue. I'm looking at this lad, and brute, 15 damage and a hit to the head. This is a flail using headhunter. I don't ever like miners. Miners get -20 to fatigue, but I'm expecting him to get sacrificed anyway. Let's just see what he can do until he gets sacrificed. What we'll do with him is we will keep him in light armor to offset his lack of fatigue. He could actually be a pretty damn good polearm user as well, because polearms have extra chance to hit the head. So 30% of the time he'll do +15 damage. I mean, if any starting strat can get away with miners, it's cultists. Because at the higher levels of devotion to Davkul, you get plus fatigue, and then your prophet can spam an AoE plus fatigue. What I'm really hoping is his Find Gems event procs. I mean, gems can be sold for upwards of 700 gold. Apologies for the sniffing, guys. Cheap wine, cheap mead. I'm just buying that on site because I'm going to sell that for profit. A day to the east. Perfect. One more lad. Like if he wasn't so expensive, I mean, I just need cheap bodies. I'm not going to bother trying them out. Okay, 4. Passable. He's going to be beefy. He's not going to be that accurate. So this star distribution makes me think this is a dodge duelist. He's going to have huge hit points. He'll have very high initiative. Sacrifice. And Hubert. Sacrifice. I haven't tried a caravan yet, but season 23 on YouTube was the trade caravan background, and I loved it. I think, can I move any of these sacrifices to the front line? Or 3 dagger lad. I think Leaf should go to the front, or Ludolf. Yeah, Ludolf, go to the front line. What we'll do here is we'll put that lad like that. No, wait, like that. Level 1 can stay in the center of the formation. So he breaks shields for these guys, which means that Harold will break shields for these lads. Opens up the pike. Who of these guys has the highest accuracy? 59 looks the best so far. 67 on Stobbie. 69. 4. We want our best armor on the outside flanks. We don't Van Thorn. The early game struggle is real. I love archers, but I mean, when you're playing cultists,